welcome everyone to the Real Life, Real Kitchen podcast. And I am really excited. I've got Felicia Linsky here, who is a Hollywood makeup artist and mindfulness coach and just all-round wonderful person. And she's joining me all the way from California, which I can't get over the wonderfulness of the technology. It still amazes me. And today we're just going to be talking about, well, life, beauty, identity, careers, and rounding it off for all the mums who are super busy and just feel like they've been dragged through a bush backwards, with some actual practical tips to quickly make ourselves look fabulous without acres of foundation and hours of hair straightening. So yeah, that's... So I'm really looking forward to this chat. So, Felicia, we'll start. How are you originally from California, or have you been on a bit of a journey? What's happened?
Yeah, no, I call myself a cheesehead flatlander. Now, from abroad, you'd be like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
But what that means is that I was born in Illinois and raised between Illinois and Wisconsin, between my Asian and where I spent my summers. So I consider myself a very earthen, grounded young woman, even though I'm a little above the young woman part at this point. And I came out to LA in 1992 because I had already launched my career in Chicago.
Yeah.
Successfully. And all the directors and producers that I was working with at the time were like, what are you doing in Chicago? You gotta come to LA.
And that was specifically for makeup and hair?
At the time, because I was doing already films, but I wasn't intending to do makeup and hair, but that's the career that chose me at the time.
So how do you fall into that? Because we live in a world, certainly here in the UK, you go to school and at 16, 17, you say, well, I'm going to study to become a beauty therapist, or I'm going to, you get qualifications and things. How did you stumble into makeup artistry? Was that you going, this is my calling?
No.
What happened?
I grew up third generation in the fashion industry. That was a huge influence on me.
Yeah.
I also grew up as a fine artist. So I was classically trained as an illustrator, painter, sculptor, photographer, which I also was very science-minded. So I really wanted to go into the sciences.
Yeah.
Really wanted to become pre-med. So I pursued that.
Yeah.
And that's what I pursued in my advanced education. And after my second year of my pre-med, I was like, oh no, I'm not doing this anymore. This isn't going to use my talents. And
was there a moment during that in the pre-med where you just went, because in terms of medicine, there are disciplines within that attract more of a creative, soulful, spiritual type.
Mm-hmm.
But what was there in that moment where you said, no, not for me?
So in my pre-med, I was combining it with my fine arts. And I was originally training to do medical illustration, which meant that you were communicating for surgeries and, think about the anatomy of, think of Leonardo da Vinci.
Yeah.
That really.
His sketchbooks and things, yeah.
And so I was in surgeries at 18 and 19 years old. And my mentors were, first off, this is a very finite kind of a career. And there's very few institutions that you can actually get this education from. And I qualified. I just saw things that I didn't like. And I saw the way people were being treated, the way a patient was being treated.
Yeah.
And I didn't like. And I just thought, there's got to be more. The irony is today I still feel there's got to be more. So, it's like, I don't think that ever ends, which will lead us to way more questions and answers.
Yeah.
But then what the pivot that I took was then I went into filmmaking.
Yeah.
And I went to study filmmaking to direct. And in my doing that, then what happened was my younger sister had to graduate early from high school to go to college. It was boarding school. getting to college. It was during the Reagan era for anybody who follows politics. And our father had died young, and we were on Social Security, and
Oh,
it was just a
wow.
lot of things. And my
Yeah.
mom had said, I need you to go be with your sister. So even though I was doing really well in my directing program, I had to just go do that. I mean, so it was like pivot, pivot, pivot. And how do you land? And how do you survive? And how do you stay focused?
Yeah. And
I
it,
never lost the fine arts. I never lost the science. But at the end of it, I just had a lot of debt
yeah.
from school, and
Yeah.
I had to figure it out. And what happened in my last 2 years of college, one guy randomly asked me if I could cut his hair.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
And I was like, I don't know why you're asking me. And he's like, because I just feel like you could do it. And one guy turned into 300.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, I need to do something with this. I need to pay back my loans.
Yeah.
So I enrolled in beauty school after I graduated, and my family was going to lose their shit. No kidding. Like,
I can imagine the pressure to succeed in sort of respectable careers. Yeah.
yeah, you're going from pre-med to beauty school.
Yeah.
Like, it just doesn't link up. And my only answer I could give at the time was just trust me
Mm-hmm.
to figure this out,
Mm.
which I was just doing to like get them off my back because I didn't have any of it figured out. And the point is you never have it figured out.
No. No.
So for anybody who's listening, I want you to hear that from a place of love.
Mm.
And not because everything and anything that you do doesn't matter, but there's no figuring it out on this thing called life.
You can't control it, can you? But you can also, there is an element within your heart that you can listen to, that trust of, I don't know where this is taking me, but I know that way, in your instance, the pre-med is just wrong. But this way, I'm going to see how this goes. This feels right. But it's a strange. Can you describe that sort of sense of feeling right? Because there's a difference between the sort of the headiness of, oh, I'm in love and he's fabulous and he's so wonderful, and you get all kind of giddy. It's a different feeling, isn't it?
Yeah, the dopamine kind of reaction that you're talking about, it's like it all felt, there's all aspects of me that fit into those categories, be it the medicine versus the art versus like getting a quick result of a great haircut.
Mm-hmm.
But as a very real, like reality-based kid who was faced with seeing my parents divorce, lose our family's businesses, and my father die all within 5 months, and I was 14, I learned at a very young age. And then watching a mother at 42 with 3 kids making $8,000 as a public school teacher,
Yeah.
I just knew that I had a job, which was to take care of myself.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody else was going to pay back my school loans. And at that point, it just didn't matter. You just had to be a functional human being.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How I got fortunate enough to have the extraordinary career I had up to, has been a cross between good fortune, perseverance, timing, luck, fairy dust.
Yeah. Because also, I mean, Hollywood in the 90s, you think of a lot of the films that were going along, a lot of the actors and actresses that were, from the outside, other side of the Atlantic or wherever we are, that's a very sort of glamorous period. There's a lot of exciting things happening. To go from Chicago to that,
Mm-hmm.
was it as glamorous arriving in LA for the first time as we have images of? Was it a little bit?
It's so funny. My husband was it last night or the night before Beverly Hills Cop 2 was on?
Oh, yes.
And I was like watching certain, parts of the film, and I was like, wow, that's right. If people see this is exactly what they expect.
Mm.
And I remember the first time I came to LA was in 1980.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like during that whole Richard Gere movement
Oh,
of like
yes. Yeah.
Jiggle, what was an American Gigolo?
Gigolo, yeah.
and Pretty Women and things like that. And like, I didn't get into film until 1990. So like there was a big crop of things that led into that 90s glamorous state
Mhm.
that you're asking about. In answer to your question, I had one connection out here. That connection did not help me get anything. Everything that I got was all from me cold calling people, sending out my resume, pursuing, because I had built a portfolio. I had run my own photo studio with my first husband from Chicago,
Yeah.
who I came to LA with initially. And I got really fortunate just because I hit the pavement.
Yeah.
What Hollywood is today is not what Hollywood was then or even 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Hollywood has left the country.
Hmm.
Hollywood is where you're at right now.
What, over in Europe?
Europe, New Zealand,
Yeah.
Australia, Canada, it's always, and elsewhere.
Yeah.
It's really exited this country in a way that's been really detrimental to our industry, as many industries have been
Yeah. And I think,
affected.
and then also I mean, that's the kind of reduction of the creative types as well, who would be attracted to the area and that buzz, that buzz. So that is a huge change in the past 5, 10 years that's happened.
Yeah, no, it's as recent as the last three, because since going through, and I know we're kind of jumping, so I'm
Yeah.
not meaning to do that, but as you know, I just survived ovarian cancer,
Mhm.
and that literally tomorrow will be 3 years since my surgery.
Yeah.
And I was on a huge Hollywood movie at the time. And when I came out of that surgery, I was going back to that movie, and I had that movie to go back to. And it was that May of 2023, post my chemo, that I didn't know I was going to have to go through,
Yeah.
that I was gotten through, went into remission, and was ready to go back when this strike occurred with the writers and the actors.
Yeah.
And that was really the beginning of what I call the end of the Hollywood that me and many people have known for a vast amount of time,
30 odd years.
at least.
What do you think is going to happen? Because there's also, it's not just the big films, but you've got the competitions between obviously the streaming TV, I mean, YouTube, that we will be appearing on later. You know, you're part of the problem, Felicia. You're part of the problem. But what do you think is going to happen to Hollywood? Is it going to be sort of a fragmentation and become these kind of small satellites rather than this central hub? What do you think will happen?
Well, I think it's even like I shared just a minute or two ago. I ran my own photo studio with my first husband. As a filmmaker, I was trained as a photographer and a filmmaker. And I'm just going to kind of circle back to how I chose the makeup and hair for you for just a second for your audience purposes. I went into film to direct, but I was a woman.
Yeah.
I wasn't allowed to direct.
Yeah.
So why did I choose makeup and hair? Because I knew I could do it. I was already doing it. And I knew that was still my way of being able to communicate storytelling as a visual artist and
Yeah.
still be able to be a part of the entertainment industry, be a working artist.
Yeah.
Knock wood, because of course there's no guarantee. That's just a big dream. And something I was willing to pursue. Like for some reason, I felt like I could figure it out.
Yeah.
Which, the truth of the matter was I was, sinking in debt, as I said. Oh, wanting to just be a creative, productive person
Mhm.
who was also creating success in my life.
Yeah. I think that's, do you know what? Years ago, I remember seeing a documentary about English culture by a chap called Grayson Perry. He was a ceramicist over here. And he went up to a place called Sunderland, which is quite a deprived part of the northeast of England. And he was talking to a lady in the tattoo shop who had been fine art college, all of this, classically trained painter. And she said, I wanted to come home, but there's not much call for portrait artistry in Sunderland. So I've become a tattoo artist and I love it. I love it because I'm with the people. I'm hearing those stories, I'm using my art, and they are challenging me in ways that I never imagined at art college, and I love it. And that really, well, clearly I brought it up years later in conversation with you, but I think it's so important, and I'm thinking a lot of the mums who are listening at the moment who feel they're kind of trapped in within an identity of career, or this is what I was before I became a mother, or even I'm only a mother.
Right.
It's taking those talents and gifts you have and then going, right, as you say, still being creative or using those gifts, but how can I do it successfully? Let's look at it from different angles.
Yes.
Yeah.
And to that point, Zoe, it's, I really, if I were being honest, there are many, many years that I fought being a makeup and hair artist.
Hmm.
Not because I wasn't really great at it. On the contrary, and I say that with humility. I don't say that with ego. I've been around so much ego over the
Yeah.
years. I want to like claim the complete opposite. And I'm sure to some I come off like very egotistical. That's my passion you're hearing. It has nothing to do with ego. I'd be the first one to be the first self-deprecating person on the planet.
But
But
it's also so refreshing to hear that's my gift. That is my
mm,
gift. And I'm good at it. And I'm good at it. And that is actually so good to hear the honesty. That's my talent. And as you say, it's not a kind of a smug, well, look at me, but very much, yeah, this is my gift and I'm honoring it. And off we go.
well, and to that point, Zoe, whether you're a child, so you're a mother
Yeah.
raising children, and you want the best for your children, but you also want the best for yourself.
Yeah.
And one of the things that, was really, really important to me was not only figuring it out, because I've been working since I was a young kid in my family's business, but as an artist, I was born an artist. That was something that no matter what was going on around me, good, bad, or otherwise, that I knew nobody could take away from me.
Yeah.
So I've gone through a career where I've been told I'm a threat from people. I've been told that, and it's like, look, there's a lot of great talent out there.
Yeah.
The threat wasn't so much my artistry, although I think that was what I was told was part of it. It was the overall package.
Yeah.
How I spoke, how I carried myself, how educated I was, how blah, 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 blah. You know what? Do you say to your child, don't go out and be the best, well-educated, passionate little boy or girl and go do the best you can possibly do? No.
No, no, no.
Why do you even make love and produce these children then?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, like, what are we doing to one another? So, I was that kid who was lucky enough to have parents who loved culture
Mm.
and the arts, recognized my gift, helped me develop it, but I was the one who developed it ultimately and stuck with it. And it wasn't just fine arts, it was music. I was the first cellist, but
Yeah.
I started winning awards when I was a little kid. That really gave and built me the confidence to keep going.
Yeah.
And like I said, it was also the thing that nobody could take away. So I just knew that I wasn't going to be an accountant, even though I like numbers.
Yeah.
That wasn't my thing. So I had to figure it out. The fact that I was able to figure it out up till now has been really like, it actually makes me proud.
Mm-hmm.
Even with all the stuff that's happened. And we'll get into like what do I think's happening with Hollywood, but I think as somebody who and I took the science
Yeah.
and my love for people and my love and I've always been, since I was a very little girl, curious. I always loved a great conversation. You know
Yes.
that about me. Yeah. And, you just bring that all together. Well, what's better than putting somebody in a chair,
Yeah.
having an audience and creating results
Yeah.
that like, and then you get to put on camera and then you get to like make stars,
Yeah.
so to speak.
Yeah. You're creating these incredible the word that comes to mind is confection, which sounds quite frivolous, but that's not what I mean. It's you're bringing together all these beautiful elements and creating something utterly captivating that transports people away. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, I take that to heart, and I think that that was part of the threat
Hmm.
because I was truly a classically trained filmmaker.
Yeah.
I mean, even to this day, there are certain people who work with me who it's not like I need to wear a sandwich card on my chest going, this is what I did and blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. No, but it's why and how I approached my work so passionately. Like I took that written word and I wanted to bring it to life into the whole storytelling way. And the way I was trained as a filmmaker was literally sitting in a room by myself watching Charlie Chaplin movies.
Wow. That's extremely powerful because there it is just because he was musical as well. That was his
Mhm.
training. There's just there's that balance between the subtlety of the face, but a big enough movement that people in the theatre can watch it. So much going on with the body. Obviously, the makeup is a huge part of it. But because it was silent as well, you have to focus on the body, the costume, the movement. That's
The storytelling, the emotions that come
yeah,
across. Yeah. And
huge.
how do you sell that?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. And so and of course, I studied a lot of other filmmakers throughout my education, but it really set me on a path to tell story in a way that when I had a character to develop or an actor in my chair and I would be telling them my thoughts or whether it was a producer or director, whatever, whether they bought it or not, honestly, Zoe, like as an artist,
it's a shush. Actually, don't say anything. This is what's happening.
I mean, there's a little bit of a strong head there.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, I know that if I don't know, I'm going to tell you I don't know.
yeah,
But I also know as a visionary,
yeah,
you know, I know that I'm going to over deliver
yeah,
versus under deliver.
yeah. Because there's nothing worse than, in some ways, sending something into the world and going, oh, oh,
Well, it's funny. I woke up this morning, you're like responding to, your message and what have you. And I saw this note, ironically, from somebody up in Portland, Oregon,
hmm
who is also in this aspect of the artistry, commenting on somebody who I don't know if they had spoken, presented, I don't know what they were doing, but they were talking about how continuity wasn't important.
what, what? Oh,
I
oh,
was like,
no, no,
well,
no,
you're not
no,
a
no,
filmmaker,
no, because there's
nor
not.
should you be a filmmaker. And I was just like, and I was doing everything to try to like contain myself. And how do I tactfully respond to this
My goodness.
without like giving a dissertation?
Oh,
Dinner's burning, the washing's multiplying, and someone's crying. It could even be you. If your evenings feel like survival mode, the Command the Chaos Mum Life Management Planner is your first gentle step back to calm. It's a printable 80-page guide and planner to help you reset your routines and breathe again without needing to become someone else entirely. Start your reset today. The link's in the show notes.
that's so jarring because isn't it? I can't remember what film is it. Is it Basic Instinct where they're having a sort of rumpy pumpy moment on the table? Michael Douglas and whoever it is, Sharon Stone.
Yeah,
But they
yeah,
forgot to check the clock. So the
yeah,
clock
yeah,
in the background, the time isn't right.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
oh, I mean,
It takes you out of the story.
yeah, because you get distracted.
Correct.
It's like in the theatre. If you are, I was always told when I was doing lighting and sound, if they notice your noises, or they see, or the light is too much, you've ruined it.
Correct.
You've ruined it. It's so
Correct.
important to have that to really draw the people in. Dear, no, no, no. I agree with you completely, Felicia.
Well, and I came from live theater as well.
Yeah,
And I performed. So it was one of those things where it's like, this is a collaboration.
yeah,
And I've got to carry my part. And my part is to deliver.
yeah,
in every way, shape, form. I don't care if I'm working 18 hours a day and then 40 below zero or through, triple digit heat or whatever. My job is to tell the story right and to stay on top of it. And I will tell you, I've seen people come to this business who it's like, I'll look at them and I'll be like, did you even read the script, let alone to what we're doing today?
Wow.
And I go, I don't know how in heck you even got into this industry or got allowed to be a part of this industry, but there's a lot of ways people have gotten into this industry that doesn't seem so kosher.
Very
And
diplomatically put, Felicia.
I'll do my best to be diplomatic, but I've literally gotten calls from editors
Yeah.
thanking me when they're putting together the movie.
Yeah.
And I mean, I did a Stephen King miniseries years ago that I department headed, and it literally takes place on a tarmac over 24 hours. And we shot it for 3 months.
Wow. So that.
And I was the head of hair.
I
was the head of hair.
Wow.
So, hair jumps.
Yeah. And it grows.
And it grows.
Grows. And
I was like on it, like white on rice, as they say.
yeah.
And this editor calls me up and he was like, I just needed to call you. And I said, is everything okay? And he said, I have never seen anybody cover continuity in such a conscious way that you have with a story timeline that has allowed me to cut a film together so smoothly.
Beautiful.
Because of your consciousness. Well, that for me was like everything.
Yeah. For somebody else to notice that's huge, huge.
Yeah, because integrity to me is everything. Bringing value, to the world is how do you leave it better than when
Yeah.
That's the bottom line.
It's like the medieval stonemasons in the cathedrals in Europe. They would have, you go up to so I'm thinking back to my years doing art history, you'd go up into kind of the hidden bits of the cathedrals and they have still decorated beautifully. The masons have decorated the bosses beautifully because nobody's going to see them except God. So they're like, no, we're still bringing our A game. Not that they would have said it in medieval Europe like that, but, it's still because it's about respecting ourselves. It's honoring others. It's honoring a greater power. It's a really, it's a really important thing. Yeah.
It's energy. It's all energy. At the end of the day, whether it was in medieval times or present day, we feel that.
Yeah.
We experience that because of the passion and purposefulness and intentionality that was put forth.
Yeah. Yeah.
And because of it, you go into those moments or those spaces and you experience that.
Yeah.
Now,
I have a question now about beauty. You have obviously worked with people who, I'm sure, again, on the outside world, we've gone, those people are absolutely beautiful, gorgeous, wonderful hair and all of that. I'm sure that there's been a lot of kind of artistic jiggery pokery to make that actually happen. But in your experience, because you're obviously quite close and personal to people, what do you think makes a truly beautiful person? I mean, both we can do outside, we can do inside, we can do the whole gamut.
Yeah, well, it's an inside that. Beauty comes from the inside.
Mm-hmm.
Beauty comes from the inside. I don't care how much fairy dust was sprinkled on you and how magnetically David-like you've been born to look like. And when I sat around David in Florence, I did for hours, just streaming tears down my face. My mother was like, are you okay? And I was just like, please just give me space to just, I mean, because I think I lived another lifetime with these people, but that's here nor there. But, I've worked with people who have been anointed this way. And I'm just here to personally say, and I had to stop myself this morning from getting on live because I'm feeling more like the Sicilian volcano. ready to erupt. Because I'm just so done with the bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm done with people being rewarded for things that they don't even bring to the table.
Mm-hmm. So literally just the image, but they're not coming back to that point about sort of the working hard, the integrity, bringing your gifts. It's not there.
I mean, I think that as a human, I'm going to give space for space and I'm a little bit more, I'm a big, like a lion, like I'm going to, cuddle with you. But there's also a part of me that's going to roar and be like, you're bullshit. And I think it was because there was this interview going on this morning with a very famous actress who couldn't speak for nothing. And this is somebody that's been around for 40 years. And I thought, oh my God, you cannot speak except if a line was given to you.
Mm.
Shameful, but exactly who they are. And only because of their look have they gotten and had the opportunities that they've had. And that saddens me.
Mm-hmm.
Because even though I have participated in this illusion, and I've had these beliefs since I was in my 20s when I first got started in this career, I am just not okay with making others feel not good or that they're not able to have those things. Only that person can or that person can.
Yeah.
Because they look a certain way.
Yeah.
First off, every one of those people has a team around them
Mm-hmm.
that is, as I say with love, putting Humpty Dumpty up on the wall.
Oh dear, I'm propping them up from behind and hope we don't have egg on our face. Yeah.
Listen, I say that with love, but the truth of the matter is, I'm not saying that everybody isn't talented. That's not what I'm saying. I've just seen so much unattractive things done in this industry, so much hurtful, abusive, toxic stuff
Mm-hmm.
that never did I ever sign up for.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had a lot of great, rewarding things,
Mm-hmm.
experiences, but I definitely believe that beauty comes from the inside
Yeah.
and emanates outwardly.
Yeah.
And it's a soul thing.
Yeah. There's Roald Dahl, who wrote Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and things like this. He wrote a book called The Twits as well. And it's something I remember reading that as a child. And he was talking about how Mrs. Twit used to be very pretty, but she thought terrible thoughts. And then she got uglier and uglier and uglier. And he says in there something in the lines of, you could be fat with a wart on your nose and sticky outy teeth, but if you're thinking beautiful thoughts, you'll be the most glorious and beautiful person.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, I mean, I definitely didn't grow up, the blonde, thin kid that was, the look of a certain look that we all seem to think is like the look.
Yeah.
I was definitely not that kid. I was like the little Sicilian Jewish chubby girl.
Wasn't there that song? Oh, what's her name? Oh, I'll put the link in the show notes. I learned the truth at 17.
Oh, yeah,
Love
Janet
was
Janet.
meant. Yeah, that's it. Love was meant for beauty queens and wide-eyed girls with blue skin, something or other. That one. Yeah, but that's pretty much what you're saying. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I will tell you that I remember I used to always go, what? Well, how did I get chosen the president? Or how did I get that attractive guy? Or how did I? And then I had to stop and go, Felicia, because you care. People feel heard and seen. People want to be with you because they know that you're going to give them not bullshit, but honest love. They feel better. I mean, I've been doing this since I was I came out of the womb,
Mm-hmm.
but not consciously. But as I look through the decades, that's my takeaway.
You can see the patterns.
Yeah. So it goes back to, you don't have to be born with, excuse me, the string up your tush.
Mm-hmm.
To succeed, you just have to figure out your own path.
Yeah. Yeah. And also, I think there's certain elements to it, sort of being at peace with the fact life is not a corporate ladder. Life is not what we were told it was at school. And also to try, and it's really hard sometimes when you feel you are out of control. I think motherhood has many moments like that, but just being a woman, full stop, has lots of moments of being out of control.
Full stop.
but looking with a curiosity, almost rather than a woe is me, but actually curiosity. Yep, I acknowledge the crapness. I wonder what glory will come of this. It's kind of flipping it, and all of a sudden everything lightens a little bit when you have that.
I think it's about remaining open.
Yeah.
Possibility, like keeping that wonderment, that childhood wonderment,
Yeah.
quality about yourself.
Yeah.
Because to your point, we have been sold a bill of goods.
Mm-hmm.
And women do not take a straight path.
No. Just look at our monthly cycle. We're like this. The men, their hormones.
Yeah. And women, you could be like doing this and then this happens, and could be doing this and then that happens. And it's 9 out of 10 times. And it's not that a man won't have the responsibility. That's not what I'm saying. But the woman will be the one who will have to stop and start more times than not.
Yeah.
Than men will have to. The likelihood.
Yeah.
And so you're constantly redefining.
Yeah.
Constantly refining and finding. It's, and women also in society still to this day, God help us. I think there's many of us that know how to support each other in a very loving way.
Yeah.
But when it comes to all of us rising up together,
mm-hmm.
and all lifting each other up and all succeeding, there's always one bitch in the place. Like, I'm sorry, bitch, but I'm the only one here that gets to be. I'm like, homie, we don't play that game.
I think that's life. It's the brokenness of humanity, isn't it? There's always one, Felicia. There's always one.
There's always one.
Always one.
And to that point, that comes back to like then the tribes you run with.
Yeah. Yeah. Finding your people.
Finding your
people. And that's so important. Again, I sort of bring it back to motherhood because of obviously the audience, but it's finding your people. And also I heard a quite a powerful thing from a mutual acquaintance of ours, a Mr. Paul Reddick.
Oh, I love.
Where it was so powerful for me. He was talking, we were doing the marketing things together, and he was talking about the fact if people aren't interested in your products or what it is that you do, walk on by. They're not your people. Mm-hmm. And that's so true for life as well, because we try to please people and, I'm in the toddler group and why don't they like me? Or I'm at school and these people, blah, blah, blah. Actually, do you know what? If you haven't connected, these aren't your people. Okay. You might be seeing them daily. You can be polite and civil, but let's go and find the people. Go find the people. That's the adventure. That's the adventure.
Well, and it's interesting because I was on a call right before we got on and talking to somebody I've known again since I was, a teenager. And we've never really ultimately lived in the same community outside of boarding school. But she found me through my business ventures over the last few years. And we were talking about, the pivots and the refinements and the willingness to like keep getting up and the willingness to keep growing and the difference between those that do and those that don't. And, I think that, this is what people tell me all the time. I think they're fairly fascinated by the fact that I keep going and I keep expanding and which I also see another side of the world that I've been a part of. That's like, who does that crab think she is trying to crawl out of the bucket now? And it's like, get her ass back down here. No, you're not going to pull my ass back down.
No,
you could never pull my ass back down.
No.
Since I was a little girl. Doesn't mean that I don't care. Doesn't mean I'm selfish. No, on the contrary, I'd rather bring us all up with, come on, crabs, let's all get up out of the bucket. But at the cost of my own well-being.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I have come to a place, Zoe, where it's like, I've given a lot to a lot of people. And you have to make decisions about who's healthy for you, who wants good for you as well as you want for them.
Yeah. Who are I was going to say, who are the radiators in your life and who are the drains?
Correct. And as a mother, this goes back to very primal things.
Mm.
Though I never had the pleasure of being a mother, I went through 5
Yeah.
pregnancies, as I think you know. And I can honestly tell you that I do think I'm a mother in my own way. I certainly have, that energy, I think.
Felicia, you are. You are to all 5. To all 5.
Okay, don't get me crunk, girlfriend. I didn't put
Ooh.
waterproof mascara on.
Yeah, oh no, it's going to have to drain back in. Look up. It's all going to have to drain back in. Oh,
No, but I do think that to the core, the beauty of being able to produce life
yeah.
and then to want to do whatever it takes to protect them and provide for them and to give them the opportunity to go out into the world and be fully developed entities
Hmm.
in a world that is completely unpredictable.
Yeah.
Will forever always be shifting because that's just how the universe works.
Yeah.
And try to stay safe and stay true to your core and get through it in a way that, whole and complete. That in of itself is a job.
Yeah. Yeah.
The rest of it, you just have to, it's about like cutting the noise out and just
Yeah. Tearing it down. What is right and true? Is that listening? We've come full circle. That sense of this is the direction. This is right and true. That deep core moment. Alicia, I think we're going to have to wrap up in a few minutes. But on that note about being a mother who is trying her best to look after her children and get through the day, but also wants to look beautiful rather than like a scarecrow all the time.
Yeah.
I'm deferring to you, who's had a little bit of experience of the fairy dust. I'd like quick and simple, Felicia, what can we do just to, and I'm not talking like super smart fancy.
No.
What can we do to just occasionally lift the game without necessarily spending a lot of time? Because it is amazing, even though the makeup is it's not like we're going out on the pool. It's not like we're going to the club looking for the fella.
No.
It just lifts. What
Well,
sort of tips would you give?
Well, so first off, it's kind of funny because I'm such a nature girl.
Yeah.
That the fact that I am talking about the makeup and hair.
Yeah.
I mean, first off, this is total bedhead
I love
hair.
it.
And I'm lucky to have my hair because I lost all of it. So I think I was bald around this time about 1.5 years ago. So I'm grateful to have it back.
Question. Did you do the fabulous scarves? I have to admit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I was looking at some, I used to live in Nigeria and the women with the scarves. So you did that as well.
I have a friend who actually produces beautiful textiles.
Oh.
And so I had some of his scarves.
Yeah.
I wore hats. I did not wear wigs. And I had a beautiful wig that looked just like my hair.
Yeah.
So I did not wear a wig. But my head was always cold. So I always had to have something on my head. Regarding beauty, first off, ironically, going back to like talking about the soul, it's an inside job. So what does that mean when it comes to like the visual? First off, I'm a huge believer in excellent skincare. And, the trend of Korean skincare is real. Why? Because it's been around for thousands of years. And that's why I'm affiliated with the #1 Korean skincare company. And that's not a transactional statement. It's because it goes back to science and the arts and the results and the benefits.
Yeah.
And now post 5-time cancer survivor, I want people to, from me, if it's not my own label, then anything I'm affiliated with, that it's something that I'm secure in putting my name and association with.
Yeah.
So I've aligned myself with the Korean skincare company because whether you're going through motherhood, cancer, you're a professional woman, you want to feel and look good, it does start with good, healthy skincare. Why? You don't need the facials. You don't need the Botox. You don't need the laser treatments if you just cleanse, moisturize, and protect your skin properly every day, twice a day. That's number one. Because when you have healthy, reflective skin, then you don't need a lot of makeup.
Yeah.
Or maybe at all. And then I'm a big believer in a great lash serum.
Yep. Yep.
Because a lot of women don't have lashes, or they want lashes, and then they get like these lash extensions that
It looks like I'm going to do, for those on YouTube, I'm doing an impression of like a hairy caterpillar with my fingers. So
Lord, where's your eyeball in there?
Yeah, exactly.
God knows what bacteria is hanging around your eye.
Oh, I hadn't even thought of that. Oh, quick question, tangent.
Yeah.
Again, you've come up close and personal. My observation is boys and men have amazing eyelashes.
They really do.
And it's wasted on them.
No, I know.
Waste.
I know.
Why?
But
do we know why? I turn to your science. Why?
I mean, not all men.
Yes, of course.
Certain ones.
Yeah.
So let's eliminate a good 75%. But those that do,
yeah,
you're just like, wow, really? Wow. Good for you. Good for you.
Well done. Well done.
Yeah, well done, Dad.
That's great. That's great. Okay.
But I can say that it's again, I'm associated with the number one lash serum company. Why? Because I just said to this person, I don't know if you can see my lashes in this.
Oh, they're beautiful.
I mean, I just said, I don't know any woman who doesn't want to walk out of her house naturally feeling confident. And lashes just are something about that. And I've got a hooded eyelid, and I didn't even contour today or anything. I mean, I am really like a little bit of lipstick and a little bit of mascara. And I'm 64, people.
Amazing.
So, and I don't have hair color in my hair because I decided to post-cancer not put color in my hair.
Yeah.
So I'm a real minimalist.
Yeah.
But God knows I can paint till the cows come home when it comes to the makeup.
Yeah.
But I do believe that there are really simple ways.
Yeah.
Skincare.
Yeah.
A great lash serum. And I'm happy to share those things with you.
We'll put the links in the show notes. Yeah.
Yes. And I can't remember if my lash serum is in the UK, but we'll figure that out.
Yeah.
I know the skincare is.
Yeah.
I also believe in like a great supplement, like energy drink, again, that I use. But regarding the makeup, I just think it's simple things. It goes back to fine art, highlight and shadows, but not. And I love a drag queen, and I love a drag queen makeup, but not on a woman.
Oh, too much. You're not Charlie Chaplin on the stage with the lights. No.
You're not a Kardashian.
No.
And there's no disrespect to those beautiful women, but transformation is meant to be subtle.
Yeah.
And women need to know that they are beautiful already. And I personally think that women aren't told that enough.
Yeah. And
so I definitely believe that it starts with that inner peace. I also believe, I'm a big believer in less is more. Don't put too much heat to your hair. Yeah. Don't overprocess things. Yeah. Don't, shoot yourself up till the cows come home.
Yeah.
Know who you are and love yourself for who you are, because wherever you are, there you are.
Yeah. Yeah.
So she's not going away.
No.
So love her.
Yeah.
For however she's shown up that day. Like today, I took a side photo of my tummy and my tushy in these leggings. And I'm like 30 pounds up from where I was when I first had my surgery 3 years ago. It's a lot of weight. But at the same time, it's like, I'm just going to love myself for who I am, where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
And I share that with your audience to say there are things you can do. Having clean makeups.
Yeah.
Again, in the Korean skincare brand, we have really clean cushion makeups. And a nice highlight, a nice shadow, a little bit of a, like your lip, like the blushy lip, a blushy cheek, a little bit of mascara, taped eyebrow. The rest of it, call it a day.
Simple. Simple.
Keep it simple.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just love yourself for who you are. You're beautiful for who you are. Don't try to be somebody else.
I love the fact that that has come from a Hollywood makeup artist who's like, just keep it simple and love yourself.
Yeah, because, all that image out there,
Yeah.
all those, well, a lot more magazines that we used to see, but now the internet,
No.
that's all fake.
Yeah. Comparison is the thief of joy.
It is. And it's really, really important to believe in you.
Yeah.
It's really important to surround yourself with people who will be honest and loving with you and help you to feel good from the inside out.
Beautiful.
And also, we as women have to claim our power.
Yeah.
And we have to hold it near and dear because we tend to give it to everybody else before we give it to ourselves.
Yeah. Yes.
And, that's how I got the Well-Being Whisperer kind of title. But it's really true. And you can't give to everybody else on an empty tank.
Yeah. Yeah. This is one of the things I talk about with a lot of mums, and just say, you need to have, I call it the running away time, which is probably not the most positive, but you just need to step out and just be yourself and quiet and fill your bottle so that you can return. And then all the kind of the tsunami of emotions, it kind of washes over you in such a different way. So coming back to the skincare and the makeup, even just sort of saying, right, I'm going to have 5 minutes in the morning. Maybe there's a baby, pottling about my feet, but just this is happening. This is happening. And this is a non-negotiable. Yeah.
I might not have the baby straddled around my ankle, but I am probably straddling 3 or 4 dogs.
I was going to say,
trying to get to the sink.
Yeah.
Just trying to reach over to do my little routine. But it is about self-care.
Yeah.
And when your hormones are going through all the things that it will go through from your teens to your, 80s, 90s, or however long you're here, your skin is going to be going through all the shifts.
Yeah, that's
your hair is going to be going through the shifts, the nails, your weight, all the things. Be gentle.
Yes.
Do good, healthy, healing things. Simple things will pay off consistently.
Yeah, small steps. And I think that is how, again, contrast with the corporate ladder, which is very sort of regimented and going up like this. Whereas women, we take a few steps and then pause and then a few steps, but it's just that gentle sort of plodding. Gentle going forward. Yeah.
And give, you got to give to you first before you give to others.
Yeah, very true. Very true. Felicia, that was a beautiful conversation. Thank you. Thank you. A real privilege. Real privilege. I'm going to be mulling over this now. It's going to be rolling around my head for days and things will come. But thank you so much. So, everybody, if you want to connect with Felicia, it's felicialinsky.com. All the details in the show notes, social media, links to the products that she's mentioned. It'll all be down there. And yes, do follow Felicia. That was wonderful. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. Thank you, Felicia.
If you enjoyed this episode, give it a like, share it with a mum who needs it, and hit subscribe so you don't miss the next one. It's the simplest way to help this podcast reach more mums who are ready to reclaim the kitchen and rebuild the village.